Today we were going to learn more about Technobiz. So last meeting or last week we discussed about what is Technobiz, and we know that Technobiz is about website development. And for today we were going to learn more about our lesson or about our course for this school year, and that is the Technobiz. Before that, let me ask you this question. What do you know about programming? What are your experiences in programming? So we all know that Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram and other websites that we use or applications that we use nowadays are the product of what we call programming. Programming teaches you the importance of writing clear instructions when writing codes. You give directions to the computer on what it should do. Donald Knott once said that it has often been said that a person does not really understand something until he teaches it to someone else. Actually, a person does not really understand something until after teaching it to a computer. Example, how to express an algorithm. It actually makes sense, isn't it? Computers actually do the exact thing you tell them to do, nothing more, nothing less. So it means to say that when we do programming, we are making or we make the computer do the things that we want for them to function. It teaches you to become creative and logic thinker. Programming is really a challenging work. You really have to use your brain in order to come up with the right codes to create your intended functions. It improves your creativity and logical thinking skills in time. What are some basic terms in computer programming? We have number one, computer programming. It's sometimes called coding. It's a process of creating entire sets of instructions that direct computer on what to do. So that is what we call computer programming. Computer programmer is the person responsible in writing codes or instructions for the computer. Aside from writing codes, programmers are also responsible in ensuring that these codes or set of instructions work properly. Programming language is a special kind of language that is used by programmers to develop software applications for computers to execute. These are the numerous program languages out there such as C, C++, and JavaScript. Computer program, sometimes referred to as software application, is a set of instructions written by a programming language to perform a certain task built by computer programmers. For example, a computer programs or applications like Photoshop, Word, Minesweeper, and Mainboard. So those are examples of what we call computer programs. And algorithm. Based on the programming point of view, it is a step-by-step procedure to resolve any problem. So what is about computer programming? In computer programming, you most likely deal with codes, algorithms, syntax errors, and other programs. To summarize the process of creating an application, first you must create a concrete plan. What do you want to program? This may involve taking or talking to your client so that you will be able to identify the specific functions you want to include in your application. Always remember that our client is also just like our customer. So whatever the things that they want for you to do, we need to cater them all. So we need to talk to our client what are the things that he wants to put in his program. Once you're done identifying the requirements for your application, you need to create your algorithm. This can be done in two ways. So we can do drawing of a flowchart or writing the pseudocode. A flowchart is a graphical representation of a step-by-step solution to a problem. So this is an example of what we call a flowchart. Flowchart starts from the start, input number. Okay, so here is the possibility Okay, if we're going to click this one, what will happen? And of course, the ending. So this is what we call the developed flowchart using the C++ program. What are the risks and health hazards as a computer programmer? Number one, you may experience poor eye vision. Staring at your computer screen all day might affect your eye vision. You better make sure that from time to time you shift your focus out of your screen so as to avoid eye strain. Stress. It is no secret that programming is a stressful job. When you are programming, you overwork your brain, causing you to feel drained and stressed out. This stress might affect your health, risk or cardiovascular disease or psychological disorder are possible, so beware. Make sure that you know how to distress yourself. We have also back and spine injuries plus other injuries. Yes, it is possible for you to be injured while programming. It all boils down on having proper ergonomic setup so as to avoid any injuries. When you are sitting on the chair all day, you might strain your muscles and it might lead you to some serious problem. As mentioned, proper ergonomic setup and regular exercise can help lessen the risk of these health problems. But what does it take to become a programmer? Below are some of the famous programmers who have made a name for themselves. We have, do you know him? He is Bill Gates. He is the co-founder of the Microsoft, the largest PC software company in the world. He is also said to be one of the richest men in the world. We have also, do you know him? This is Steve Jobs. Is one of the co-founder of Apple. He is the man behind iPhones, iPad, and Mac computers. We have also James Gosling. James Gosling is said to be the father of Java programming. Must have the skills to become a programmer, or what are the things that you need to have in order for you to become a web developer or a computer programmer? You must have, number one, of course, you need to have a programming skill. To be a programmer, one must, of course, be competent in any programming language. You can learn a programming language by attending workshop or class, enrolling to an online course, or just by reading tutorials available online. There are so many ways to learn. We need to have also good communication skills. The programmer must also have a good set of communication skills, oral or written. Although most of the time programmers are expected to sit on their workstation, they also need to talk to other people for them to finish their task. Thus, effective communication skills is also required. A computer programmer must be a problem solver. To become a successful programmer, one must have really good in problem-solving skill. Programmer must know how to make things work. They must know how to give the best solution to a problem. So that's it. That is our lesson for today. Tomorrow we will going to have another lesson about Technobiz. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this is your ICT teacher, Teacher Juan, and hope to see you next time.